That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Ever since Kevin Feige made the decision to scrap the production on Daredevil Born Again when it was almost done filming and go back to the drawing board and change directions entirely, saying, okay, it was going to be a brand new Daredevil, but now it's going to be a continuation of the Netflix universe. A lot of people have started questioning and wondering, what about all the other members of the Defenders? What about Iron Fist? What about Jessica Jones? And what about Luke Cage? Well, Colleen Wing is the one I really think about, but what about Luke Cage? Now, Luke Cage was a show that, I'll be honest with you, I thought was the second worst series of the Netflix Marvel stuff. The worst one was obviously Iron Fist. I think the second worst one was Luke Cage. Now, the first half of season 1, when you had Mahershala Ali as Cottonmouth, that was actually really good. But as soon as Cottonmouth left, something just went downhill, and the second half of season 1 was not so good, and season 2 was not so good. But even though I don't think the show was all that good, Mike Colter as Luke Cage was inspired casting. He was great in the role. Now, some of you guys may remember that not long ago, Colter was asked about, coming back as Luke Cage into the MCU and stuff like that, and he sounded pretty negative about it. He quite frankly, did not sound like he was interested at all. Right. Talking about focusing more on what he's doing right now and all that kind of stuff. And frankly, it sounded like he had zero interest. Well, now that we've had D23 and a big Daredevil Born Again trailers dropped and everybody's getting excited about it again, Mike Colter was asked about it again. And now he's sounding a lot more positive about it. This comes to us from CBR, who wrote this. Speaking with comicbook.com at the red carpet premiere of The Union, Mike Colter confirmed that he would be open to seeing Luke Cage headlining a new series on Disney+, similar to how Charlie Cox's Daredevil is coming back to the small screen with Daredevil Born Again. Colter said this, I would love to explore it if they found some story, some way, somewhere to take it. And I'm happy that Charlie Cox and those are getting it rebooted, but I don't have any idea if Luke Cage is getting rebooted. I'm not holding anything back, Colter said. The actor added that he is happy Marvel Studios decided to keep the Netflix/Marvel shows canon, noting that it was the, quote, right move. They should have never tried to reboot it. No, I don't know what that was about. I'm like, well, yeah, duh. It was not broke, so don't fix it. So now Colter is singing a totally different tune. Now he's saying, I would love to do it if they came up with the right story. I'm in. The question is, will they do it? Now, I think I've made it abundantly clear. I would love to see. That's a handsome son of a bitch. Mike Colter, I would love to see him back. I thought he played the character perfectly. Right. I thought he was great. I think in the right story, this character works much better. I just don't think they gave him the right stories in the first couple of seasons of Luke Cage, to be honest. But you bring him back, I think it could work really well. Here's the problem, though. The problem is, Bob Iger's already talked about how they're going to cut back on how much they produce. And he's saying that while the MCU is adding the Fantastic Four, the 10,000 characters associated with the X-Men properties, Deadpool, and now Daredevil, and at minimum, Punisher. Mm-hmm. So while Iger is saying we are going to cut back on the amount of stuff we produce, they've already got everything they've got, and they're adding an entire flood of new characters. Question becomes, is there room for Luke Cage? Like, I certainly don't think there's room for a Luke Cage standalone Disney Plus series.
I think there's room for him in a Daredevil down the line.
Yeah.
That's the key, right? That if there is any place for, because listen, they're also cutting back on the amount of Disney Plus shows they're going to do. So I don't think there's any room for a Luke Cage series. But if there is going to be a spot, I think you nailed it, Jonathan. It's going to be him popping up in Daredevil Born Again season 2.
And even opens the door for Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, but as in not in solo series, but within the Daredevil universe.
Yeah. Now, that brings that up again. Does anybody think we're going to get Iron Fist back?
I mean, if Shang-Chi is like if they announce the second movie, maybe there might be something for him there. But I don't
nobody liked Iron Fist.
Yeah, but you know
That was
what?
the problem. Like, nobody liked him.
Iron Fist, the character, is a great character. I think you could do him correctly. Again, they fell into this weird trope where series try to make the main character just so resistant to being a hero, or just like, oh, I just don't want it. I don't want it. You know, it's like, and then every once in a while you get that glowing fist, but it's like, oh, come on, just like step into the world already. Let's get there.
And that's the only character I see that they actually radically changed in order for people to forget the Netflix Iron Fist. That's the only one out of the whole group I think should come in as a completely different outfit, this and that.
I agree.
What was the guy's name who played Iron Fist? Finn?
Finn.
Something Finn.
Someone in the chat. He was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm freezing on the guy's name. But look, the problem wasn't the actor.
I know.
Finn Jones. Dylan Fernando in the live chat said, Finn Jones wasn't the problem.
No, not at all.
The problem was a terribly written thing. Nobody liked it. So a lot of people saying, "Oh, just recast it." Recasting doesn't fix the problem. So I don't know. But anyway, that's that. Then there's Jessica Jones. I'm one of the very few people. I'm the odd person out. I didn't like Jessica Jones, so I'm way more interested in Jessica Wing. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, from Iron Fist.
Right.
Put her in. She was great. Loved her. But it's going to be interesting to see if they do bring back Luke Cage. Does he get his own property? I don't think so. Does he just pop up in somebody else's property? Maybe. Maybe they're going to be amongst the collection they bring in for Secret Wars. Who knows? Guys, question is for you. What do you think? Oh, people in live chat are reminding me. I got her real name and her character's name. It's Colleen Wing. The actress's name is Jessica Henwick. I was calling her Jessica Wing. Anyway. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. What do you guys think about this? Mike Colter, who I think is a great Luke Cage, is saying now that he would love to come back and play the role. Do you think that can happen? Would you be interested in all? If so, do you think it would be in his own series, or do you think it would be adding to the montage of other characters appearing in other shows? Maybe a Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.